Hi, I'm AIMi. Let's start with something that sounds simple, but changes everything. Most people think wealth is about earning more money. Others think it's about a big net worth, status, or working harder than everyone else. But those definitions quietly create stress, not freedom. Because if wealth means more, then there is no finish line. You can earn more, save more, even invest more, and still feel behind. So in this lesson, I want to do one thing really well. I want to give you the definition of wealth that professionals actually use in a way that feels calm, clear, and practical. Not deep, not complicated, just accurate. Most people carry one of these ideas, even if they never say it out loud. Idea 1. Wealth is income. If my salary goes up, I must be building wealth. Idea 2. Wealth is net worth. If I have a big number on paper, I must be doing well. Idea 3. Wealth is hustle. If I stay busy, push harder, take on more, I'm moving forward. Now, here's the problem. Those definitions measure progress in ways that can look impressive, but still leave you feeling tense, because they keep you focused on the parts of money that can change quickly. Your next paycheck, your next milestone, your next win, your next return. And when your definition of wealth is based on the next win, your nervous system stays on alert. You feel like you're always catching up, always needing to do more, always one step away from being safe. That is not what wealth is supposed to feel like. Let's make this really clear. Income is money coming in. It is useful. It matters. But income is not wealth. Here's an easy way to think about it. Income is what you earn over time monthly, yearly. It can rise, it can drop, it can change with your job, your health, your time, or your market. And that's exactly why income alone does not equal wealth, because wealth is not just about what comes in, it's about what you can sustain. Two people can earn the exact same salary and live completely different financial lives. One can feel calm, the other can feel trapped. Same income, different outcome. So if you've been using income as your scoreboard, it makes sense that you might feel pressure, because income is not a stable foundation by itself. Now, let's talk about hustle. Working hard is not wrong. Effort is not bad. But wealth is not measured by how busy you are or how tired you feel. If your definition of wealth is, I'm doing more than everyone else, then your life becomes a constant performance. And the result is often this: more work, more responsibility, more stress, and still not enough peace. Because busy is not the same as secure. A full schedule does not automatically create a stable life. And a bigger workload does not guarantee more freedom. This one is subtle, but powerful. A lot of people link wealth to investment performance returns, timing, being early, catching the best opportunities. And when wealth becomes getting the best returns, it often creates an emotional roller coaster. A good month feels like relief. A bad month feels like danger, even if nothing about your life actually changed. You start checking numbers too often. You start overreacting to noise. You start feeling like you need constant certainty before you can relax. But real wealth does not require you to be emotionally glued to outcomes. If your definition of wealth depends on the market being kind to you this week, then you don't have wealth. You have a fragile sense of safety. Here is the professional definition I want you to remember. Wealth is your ability to sustain your life without constant effort. Let me say it again, slowly. Wealth is the ability to sustain your life without constant effort. In other words, wealth is the structure that creates stability. It means your lifestyle is supported by something more reliable than constant work, constant stress, or constant chasing. Now, I'm not saying effort disappears, but wealth means effort is no longer the only thing holding your life together. That's the difference. Wealth is not the feeling of I'm earning a lot. Wealth is the feeling of I can breathe. Let's briefly talk about net worth because it confuses many people. Net worth is a snapshot. It is commonly understood as what you own minus what you owe. That can be a useful measurement. But net worth still isn't the full definition of wealth, because you can have a high net worth and still feel trapped. If your lifestyle is expensive, fragile, or dependent on constant income, and you can have a modest net worth and still feel stable. If your life is sustainable and your finances are structured with clarity. So net worth can be a number. Wealth is a lived experience. Wealth is what your financial life feels like. Let me give you one light example just to make this real. Imagine two people. They earn the same income. Person A earns well, but their life feels tight. Their expenses rise to match their earnings. If something unexpected happens, a car repair, a family need, a change at work, it instantly feels scary. They may look successful from the outside, but inside, they feel like they're one surprise away from pressure. Now, person B earns the same amount, but they feel more stable. Their financial life feels calmer, more predictable, less reactive. They don't feel like every decision is urgent. Same income, different emotional reality. That difference is rarely intelligence, and it's rarely effort. It's definition. Because when you define wealth correctly, you stop chasing more as the solution, and you start valuing sustainability, structure, and calm. Here's what changes when you carry the right definition. You stop measuring yourself against someone else's highlight reel. You stop tying your self-worth to a number that moves up and down. You stop thinking, if I just earn more, I'll finally feel okay. Instead, you begin asking a more grounded question. Is my life sustainable? Is my financial reality stable? Do I have enough clarity to make calm decisions? And when those questions become your focus, something important happens. Pressure decreases. Not because you suddenly have everything, but because your definition finally matches what wealth is supposed to provide. Security, stability, freedom from constant effort. So let's summarize this lesson in a few lines. Wealth is not income. Income is money coming in, it can change. Wealth is not hustle. Being busy is not the same as being secure. Wealth is not perfect returns or perfect timing. That creates anxiety. Wealth is the ability to sustain your life without constant effort. It's stability, it's structure, it's calm. And when you define wealth correctly, better decisions begin to follow naturally. In the next lesson, we'll talk about the hidden cost of a wrong wealth definition and why people can be doing well on paper, but still feel behind. I'll see you there.